Hi, everybody. Welcome to another brass edition of Dan's Models. Right. This is one I haven't seen before. This is HO scale, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. This is John, and I'm sitting with Dan. So Dan's going to talk now.
Okay. This is an Oriental Limited model, and it's of a Great Northern E8 460. Why does a guy who models SP in Santa Fe in the 90s have a Great Northern 10-wheeler?
Yeah, I was wondering if that kind of...
Absolutely no reason. I just thought it looked cool.
Well, it does that. It does look cool for sure.
No, I think I developed a bit of an interest in the Great Northern after I realized that they did actually operate in California, because the Western Pacific High Line that starts at Ketty and goes up to Bieber connected with the Great Northern there, and then GN ran up through California up to Oregon, and then actually they had trackage rights on SP through Oregon and for ways, and then back on their own tracks. So anyway, none of that has any relevance to my main modeling interest, but this is just a neat little engine, and I got it at a really good price. So
you mean for brass, right?
Yeah.
Because I can just imagine what a neat little or a good little price would be for a brass engine. Like anything under $700.
Oh no! This was a lot less than that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not painted, but I want to paint it in the the Glacier Park scheme with the green boiler and everything. They look pretty cool that way.
That would look really sharp.
Yeah, and they got the little, Rocky the Goat logo on the tender and stuff. And actually, it's a really neat looking paint scheme when it's done right. So want to do that.
That's one thing you got to give the railroad companies of old. They always had neat little logos and just interesting paint schemes and such.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, I want to put sound in it and lights and all that.
Is that one of those things where you'll have to end up putting the sound in the tender?
Probably.
Yeah. Have you taken this one apart at all?
No.
Yeah.
No. This is straight out of the box. I haven't done anything to it.
As with every brass engine I think I've ever seen, the detailing that they are able to do is amazing. I mean, the piping on the side, the rivet detail, just everything about these brass engines just is so much better than the plastic ones.
It's really well detailed. In fact, actually, I think part of the reason I bought this was I used to have a little Bachmann Spectrum 10-wheeler. I sold that on eBay a few years ago.
Was it similar to this?
It was, and only in a very vague sense that it was a 10-wheeler.
No, what I mean is because...
About the same size, I guess.
I think... HO scale, right?
Yeah.
I thought I remember seeing something that looked very similar to this in one of the original DCC installation videos.
No, I did a 440, I think.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I still have that one. That's a Bachmann 440.
Okay.
I have, but
I couldn't remember the wheel arrangement of it, but there were a couple of steam engines on that series. So
yeah, no, I didn't. That's not one I don't think I used that one for anything we've done. But I sold it off. I wasn't happy with certain aspects of it. This one sorted to replace it, I guess.
Well, however you justify it in your own mind, Dan.
Yeah. Like a lot of brass engines, this one doesn't have a working front coupler. That's something I'd like to fix when I get it going, is to put a real coupler on it.
Yeah.
So that I could actually, use it on both ends. And I want to, light up the headlight. Probably end up, because of the headlight design, I'll probably have to use a surface mount LED in there or something like that.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge trying to get wires to that.
Yeah. But actually, the real headlights usually had wires anyway, so if I use that really tiny magnet wire, I probably should be able to tuck it away so it's pretty much invisible. This little thing works too, the little stack cap.
Yeah, I noticed that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, that actually works. Some of the characteristics to look for in a good or better quality brass engine are backhead detail, sprung drivers, which this also has, and a can motor. Which this has. So, it's a nice model.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this thinking I could reach in there and do stuff with it.
Yeah, it actually has, the throttle's actually a separate piece. You could actually, I don't think it actually moves, but I mean, it looks like it could.
I could make it move.
Yeah, well.
You don't want me to do that, though.
No. I actually just noticed that the tender floor is already pre-drilled for speaker holes, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, look at that behind the truck on the right there. Is it behind the truck on the left, too?
No, just these holes over here. The cool thing is the tender's big enough you could put a fairly large speaker in there, so it probably would sound really good when it's running.
You could put a subwoofer somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
driving down the track thumping.
Yeah. So I've had a couple other brass engines on Dan's models before.
Okay.
I don't think any of them actually ran. This one actually runs.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah. So, well, might be a little dirty, but it seems to run pretty well without any binding or anything that I've noticed. So,
Yeah. Well, this is one to really look forward to seeing it finished, right? I mean, because it's probably going to be loud and sound good, and I'm sure once you put a decoder in and clean up the wheels and everything, it's probably going to be really, really cool to watch.
yeah. And I don't think I should have to do too much to this one other than the paint it and the wiring, for lights. And, of course, the front coupler, that's a bit of a...
Well, that's
bit
just
of
a
work.
chore, right?
yeah.
but
it
it really just needs paint.
Yeah.
I mean, more than anything.
It's already detailed. And, and I actually have some GN decals for it already. So,
Oh, wow.
one of these days, maybe, who knows, maybe sometime in the coming year, I'll get it painted.
Yeah, maybe a follow-up in 2016.
Yeah,
which
that would be
is-
cool.
Yeah, which is happening pretty soon here. Geez.
Yeah.
We're already at the end of the... Oh, Merry Christmas, by the way, to people.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Because I don't think we're having anything come out. Actually, you know what? We do have a review coming out on that day.
Oh, okay.
So, but actually, you know what? Since we have people's attention here, I should mention that we have our annual holiday Steam special coming up on the 25th. That's all about the Durango and Silverton operations during the winter. It's a very nice episode. So make sure you catch that Christmas morning. It'll be out, comes out 12 a.m., right, on the 25th Pacific time, though. So that's 3 a.m. for you East Coast folks. But yeah, make sure you catch that too, because you'll really like that one. Well, I guess that'll wrap it up for this edition of Dan's Models. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see ya.